Alright, well, here's the thing. I'm not usually, looking for this sort of weird stuff, but, I'm a big History Channel fanatic, which that's the noise in the background right now, and, all day they've been running up until, like, an hour ago, just about. They were running a thing on Nostradamus. And for those of you who don't know who Nostradamus is, I'll have links in the sidebar, but a quick um, summary was he was a very, very smart guy who made predictions. He was a seer. And they had, the last program they had on was called the Nostradamus Effect. And it was about one of his predictions of the coming of the Antichrist. And it's really interesting. So I figured I'd do a little thing on this. I looked up some stuff. So, Nostradamus, here's some of the predictions. He made a prediction that there would not be one Antichrist, but 3. And his first was, an emperor will be born near Italy. He will cost his empire very dearly. He is less a prince than a butcher. And, he codenamed Laurent, and those are 3 cities in France, I believe. And it's like up in the upper corner, because I remember them showing the map. It'll be on the other side. So this map flat is on like the low side, and if you unscramble them, you get Napoleon Roy, and his name encoded is Napoleon King, and it was Napoleon Bonaparte. And then the second Antichrist. He said, often mentioned a hister in his predictions for the second one, so you can all assume who that was, Hitler. I'm looking through several sites right now to look up the exact what's it called? Predictions. Alright, I'm looking at the site that I'm on now. I'll have other sites linked, but it says he'll be the captain of Greater Germany, and a crooked cross is the symbol, being the swastika. Now there's a prediction for the third Antichrist, and they mentioned a name called Mabus. Well, looking into this, kind of bored, and I figured, well, Napoleon's name is encrypted, you had to decode it, stuff. And then Hitler, if you took the way it was written like with an S and a T put together for Hitler, and it kind of looks like Hitler. So I figured, play around with the word. So I went on to a common, site where if your teacher gives you homework, where it's like unscramble the word, just type in the word and it unscrambles it. So I typed in Mabus, and you got Samba. I looked up Samba on the internet, and in his prediction, he says the third Antichrist will come from Asia. He doesn't give an exact location, just Asia. And I looked it up, And Samba is an island in Indonesia. So that's something to think about. It's a scary thought, that somebody can have that much power. They also, earlier this morning had a thing on 2012 when the world's supposed to end. I don't really think the world's gonna end then, but I do agree with a lot of the people who say, there'll be time of a great choice. But it's weird because it's apparently when the sun will be aligned, like, in the middle, from our position, in the middle of the galaxy. So that's pretty weird. It's a pretty weird subject. A lot of weird stuff. Personally, I think this is pretty interesting to look into. So I'm gonna have some stuff in the sidebar, some sites to look into if you wanna find out more about Nostradamus and his predictions. So I don't know, freak me out. That's why I'm doing this video. It's shocking. It's really something to think about. I mean, we get so comfortable with the idea that we're gonna live on forever that just the thought of something ending us, and even one single person ending us, it's a scary thought. It really is.